top of the camp platforms. So these are the original style of Peaks Island Cottage. Basically, it's a 1.5 story building measuring 14 by 20 with a front porch. It was actually very undesirable to live on this part of the island until about 10 years ago because it's very far away from the dock and it's also a lot colder on this part of the island. So they ended up selling the property for about $2,000 a piece. It was actually built prior to 1829 in Cape Elizabeth, and then in 1829 the harbor froze over, and so they took it apart, dragged it across the ice, and reconstructed it. There's actually over 500 of these covers in the collection from 36 countries, including one from Hillary Clinton, actually.
This one, the Hillary Clinton cover, is associated with her. She did not donate it to the museum. Do you want to come up here and you can look in the magnifying glass? I just collected umbrella covers inadvertently because the umbrellas were long gone. I still had the cover lying around the house. I started getting umbrella covers from different people, stuck them on the wall with a little note saying who they came from. So let us be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. Ta-da!
Thank you, Madam Nancy.
And thank you, family from Vermont.
How are you feeling?
Well, I just flew off my bike. It was always a first for everything. I was going down this dirt pebbled road, and like it was really bouncy because there's no shock on it because they're really crappy bikes, and like I couldn't really see straight just because like everything was going everywhere, and then the brakes like barely work, so I'm like grabbing them, but they're these extremely hard, like needed to be oiled brakes, and like they're not working, and all of a sudden I guess I hit like a rock or something, and I just like flew off the side of my bike, and just like, it's a good thing like I only hurt like the lower parts of my body and not like I didn't hit my head or anything, but I hurt my ankle and my hands because I landed on my hands.
Wait a minute, no one rides down that dirt hill we just rode down to the tent where your stuff is?
Right, because people know it's too steep on a bike. You have to get off and walk so you don't fall.
You know what? I rode down the dirt hill on my bike with 5 pounds of camera gear on my back.
It's better that I did it and not you, because for one, you have all that equipment, but also you didn't have a very good day yesterday.
No, for one,
and because I'm more resilient than you are, and I'm a stronger person than you, and I'm better, so watch yourself.
And you're younger.
Alright, so I came back, and I had to rush to take a shower, and I felt really disgusting and everything like that. And I get in the shower, and there's like this plastic thing just all around it to keep the water from going out. So I do that, and then I look up, and there's a spider right there. And I'm seriously deathly afraid of spiders. And so basically when I'm washing my face and I can't see where the spider is, I basically have to talk myself through it and tell myself that it's going to be okay and that the spider's not going to bite you and it's not going to come down, it's just going to sit up there. And I just breathed and thought about taking the ferry and thought about not the spider. And I did pretty well, and the spider kind of like went up instead of coming down when I got in the shower, so that was good too. And now I feel a lot better after I fell off the bike. And would you like to see where the spider is?
So
if
you
you
left
were
the
to come-
spider in the shower.
I left the spider in the shower. Now, if you come over here in the corner and you kind of duck under, you see something hanging. Or if you lift up like this, you can see it also. At the moment, we have 2 cups of sifted flour, 6 tablespoons of cocoa, and a teaspoon and a quarter of baking soda.
And we're setting aside the dry ingredients.
We're going to put this aside.
So, next.
Now, we are making the cream.
No, not yet.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Cream's later when they're cooking.
Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about history of whoopie pies in Maine and kind of what that means?
I cannot, actually.
Actually, you
We
could.
have Joe here.
Actually, you could go on the internet and look it up.
I could.
There are many, many websites.
Maybe Joe, your happy assistant slash teacher, could tell us.
I believe whoopie pies developed because people were sitting around stuck in wintertime and needed a chocolate fix. And you can't get much more chocolatey than a whoopie pie. Also, the sugar content is higher than any other cookie on the market.
Now we have the finishing product, and we're gonna try them. Just look at it. The big fluffy chocolate cake with the creamy inside. Now let's see how it tastes. Oh my god. The fluffy cake and the creamy, sweet, buttery inside is just heavenly. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
So the other thing is to do with island hair, and so I've been wearing a hat because it's so like humid and stuff here that you just have to like let go of what your hair looks like. This is what my hair looks like without the hat. So I don't know. Like it's all in your face, and so I'm probably better off putting on the hat. So we bought these fresh lobster. It was agreed upon that I would cook the lobster, but they get very uppity and freak out when they know that you're about to boil them and kill them. So what happened was I dropped it on the floor, and Joe from the shower says, "You're not supposed to do it that way," which of course I already pretty much knew that you were not supposed to throw the lobster on the floor before you throw it in the pot. So then I threw it in the pot, and she goes, "You're not supposed to do it that way." And I said, "But it was head first. I swear to God, you told me to put it in the pot head first." So by the third one I got it. You have to hold them at the very, very tip of their tail. We were absolutely the last people to get on the ferry. I actually sprinted to the ferry so that we wouldn't have to wait an hour for the second one, because we had plenty of time until Rebecca decided that she had to start running.
Sorry. Well, we were running, and then Mom kept running, and then I couldn't run anymore because my calves hurt. It's really hard to run in flip-flops. And I didn't know if she was going to turn around and be like, "Honey, are you okay?" or something, and stop running. And if she had, I would have been like, "Keep running, keep going." And then she didn't turn around, so I knew that she wasn't coming back for me.
Because literally the boat was about
the ferry would have like completely left without us if we ended up going over there. There was some guy at the top who like does the little like gate thing, and he saw me, and I was walking, then I ran, and then I think he smiled.